All right, here we go. Are we live? I think we're live. We should be live. All right, yeah, we're live. What is going on, everybody? Sorry for the delay. I was negligent in being fully prepared to go live, so I was doing some last minute setup and things like that. And then I realized the lighting in here wasn't as good as I thought it was, so I went and grabbed another light there at the last second. So what are we gonna do tonight? I don't know what we can do that's interesting at all. I mean, except give away stuff. What? I'm excited, guys. I don't know who is gonna win, but we're gonna draw some names. I think I'm gonna drag it out. I don't think I'm gonna do it all at once. I may give it 10, 15 minutes for some people to show up before we draw the third prize winner. Give it another 10, 15 minutes after that, draw the second prize, and so on. Let's see what all's going on in the chat here. We got Sergeant Tank in the house. What's going on, Jeremy? He says, congrats, bro. You're doing great with subs. Excel's still going up. Keep up the great work. Thanks a lot, Jeremy. I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. I got a boost late last week because Rob from Flip Aquatics, he had come by the house and filmed the fish room, and the video he did came out last Thursday, and he sent a bunch of people my way. So shout out to Rob from Flip Aquatics. So I mean, because he helped me out a lot the past several days with that video he did. It's sent a lot of traffic my way, and I'm really appreciative. And the thing with Rob, he's just such a great guy. I mean, if you've watched any of his videos, you've essentially met him in person because he's the exact same person in person as he is watching him on camera. I mean, he talks the same way. He's just as excited to hang out with you. I mean, he's just the friendliest guy. Super cool dude. We got Flynn's Fish Forum in the house. What's going on, Flynn? Glad you're in here, buddy. We got Chris1BXL says he's third. And from my count, that's exactly accurate. Got Angelo's Fish Tanks in the house. Susan for SLC Aquatics. Hi, Susan. I was over in Susan's stream just before this. Got everything aquatic in the house. AMA Aquatics. Rob Hicks Aquariums. He says, I'm here. You can start now. Yeah, I wasn't late just because. I was waiting on Rob. That's what it was. Flynn says his bird is on his head. You should be the one live streaming, man, so we can see the bird on your head. That's awesome. Chris one says I had fourth spawn fry with bigger ones that eat some before I take them back out. Ooh, close call. Close call. Glad you got them back out though before you lost too many. Susan says she'll be right back. And this is all like I'm pretty sure before I even got started, so I'm sure I'm behind. Yep, there I am saying getting everything booted up. Chris one says I'll try to get Gene here. Awesome. Flynn says he's excited for the stream. I'm excited for this stream too, Flynn. I'm glad you are, man. But I hope it goes good, and I hope the winners are excited. I'm excited for you guys, and I'm just excited that we hit 1,000 subscribers so that I could do this. It seemed like it was going to be so far away before I would ever, be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and here we are doing it. Awesome. Chris says, yo, Flynn, you're going to win for sure, dude. Hey, I'd be stoked if Flynn won. Flynn's awesome. Susan's back. We got Rogue Aquatics in the house. What's up, Rogue Aquatics? Got Bees Aquatics, Evan Rules. What's going on, guys? Just doing some roll call. Oh, man, I am way behind. I'm going to zip down through here real quick. Rogue says your Super Reds are so nice. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Rogue. They're doing really well for me. I've actually I've got some brand new fry just coming out of the cave. The male's still in there. Shiloh's outside barking, if you can hear that. King Lee says, wait, what? I won? Hey, I hope you do, man. I hope you do. Fish nerd is such a simple name, but it's so true. It is true. I am a fish nerd. Fishkeeper 513. I want a tee, so laugh out loud. I can wear it to work at Montfort. Brian, is that you? Dude, I've been chatting with you a little bit in some comments, Fishkeeper 513. And if that's Brian, tell me in the chat if that's you, Brian. One of the guys who works at Montfort, I was wearing a t-shirt that said Pentecostal on it, and I go to a Pentecostal church. I'm the youth pastor there. And he's like, I grew up going to a Pentecostal church. Maybe that's why you look familiar. And it turns out that I visited the church he grew up in like a lot. And I've got a lot of friends that go there, and like we had a lot of common friends. And it's like, man, this is a small world. So Brian, if that's you, Fishkeeper 513, tell me in the chat, man. That's awesome. Rob Hicks says I'm ready to win. Shelly G's in the house. Rick Howard in the house. Bees Aquatic says I didn't sign up. Well, there's still a few minutes. You can go out to the video and comment on that video. I haven't run the comment selector yet. You've got a few minutes. Don't leave here though. We're having fun in here. Chris one says, "What's the price, Carlos? Blue snails." I mean, if you'd rather have snails than a T-shirt, I mean, I can hook it up. But the prizes are 3 winners will get Fish Nerd T-shirts, and one of them will also get an Aquarium Co-op gift card. But I mean, if you want snails, I mean, my snails aren't doing too hot. If you saw my last video, they got low on calcium and their shells aren't looking too great. So I'm trying to get their shells in better condition before I actually start really shipping those out again. Ronnie Cole's here. Jenny Lee in the house. What's going on, Jenny? She says, hey, this is my first stream that I got to catch from you. I am so stoked you're here, Jenny. That is awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Jenny Lee's channel, which I'm sure you have, she's a way bigger deal than I am. But if you haven't seen her channel, go check out her stuff. Jenny's really awesome. She's got a cool channel. Let's see who else is here. Jenny says Rob is awesome. He is awesome. Got Sherry Swinney in the house. Says I enjoyed both of those videos. Awesome, awesome. Appreciate it. Flynn's Fish Forum says, where can we order Fish Nerd t-shirts if we don't win one? They are on www.teespring.com/fishnerd. So I just threw that down in the bottom of the chat. Hopefully it works this time. Last time I linked it up in the chat, it didn't work, and Nisi had to fix it for me. And Nisi is in the house. She says Rob is great. I have to agree. Pickled Plecostomus in here. I didn't realize Pickled Plecostomus has been here a long time, but I think commented on one of my recent videos and said that they've been here, like they were my 4th, I think, subscriber. And that pretty much means they were like my first subscriber that actually counts, because I have 2 other channels, and when you start up brand new, like they're not subscribed to this channel anymore, but like starting off, just so I would like have a subscriber, I subscribed to myself with my other channel, and my wife subscribed to me, and my brother-in-law subscribed to me like right off the bat, you know, some things like that. So I want to say the Pickled Plecostomus was the first one who wasn't like an immediate family member who actually subscribed to my channel. Racing's Natural Aquariums is here. What's going on? Wichita Falls Fish Keeper. Michael, what's going on, buddy? He's ordered some fish from me. King Lee says, wait, I've heard of Amanda from Flip Aquatics, but who's this Rob guy? Yeah, nobody really cares about Rob. Everybody just loves Amanda. Amanda and Ruby, those are the big deal at Flip Aquatics. No, I'm kidding. Everybody does love Amanda and Ruby, though, and for good reason. Let's see, got George Irwin in the house, AMA Aquatics, Rob Hicks, Gina Tucker. Nisi hitting it up with hooking us up with the link there. Hers probably actually works, and mine probably doesn't again. Got Aquarium Cop here. Multi-tank addiction. Whoop, 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 whoop. And it jumped down to the bottom of chat on me. Here we go. Scroll back up. Back up. I was almost caught up anyway. Multi-tank says everybody hit that like button. Appreciate it, Multi-tank. Maria3272 says, hi, Carl's greetings from New Orleans. Love your videos. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. And hope you're staying dry down there. I know you Florida, I think, got hit worse. I don't know if you guys got a bunch of rain or not, though. Bracken says, how do you apply the crayfish video from a week and a half ago? If you commented on that video, I'm going to be selecting a random comment from that video. Evan says, still chilling with your millions of snails. Yeah, pretty much with my snail substrate. Chris one says, dear Carlos, do you think it's great to make pay for private hangout? I'm not sure what you're referring to, unless it's like a Patreon type thing where it'd be like paid subscribers can hang out just in a more intimate setting or something. I mean, hey, if people are wanting to do it, and if it's valuable, I mean, sure. I don't necessarily have plans to do it, but sure. Sherry Sweeney says, I love the blue snails. Awesome. Thank you very much. They are my favorite of the ram's horn snails, that blue color. I like it a lot. King Lee says, are you selling any of your super reds? Yes. Yes, I am. Those are on my website, fishnerdstore.com. I do have the super reds up there. I need to mark the 5 count as being back in stock, because right now it shows in stock for if you buy 1 at a time, it shows in stock if you buy 3 at a time, but if you buy 5 at a time, it's showing out of stock right now, which is not accurate, so I need to get in there and fix that. Down the wormhole says, I still want a shirt either way. I will have a shirt one day. Awesome. And maybe you'll win one. Maybe you'll win one. Bees Aquatic says he's really far behind on the chat, or I'm really far behind on the video. It's me. I'm really far behind on the chat. Evan Rule says delay test. There it is. It's a long delay, I bet. Flynn says, can we comment as many times as we want or just once? Hey, go crazy. As many times as you want. Just make sure it's not the same comment over and over and over, or else YouTube will flag it as spam and kick it out, and it won't get snagged in the comment selector. Jenny Lee says, thanks for the shout out. Much love to you. Much love. I mean, I don't know if I have any viewers who don't already know about you, but if I do, they need to go check you out. Jenny's a super sweet person with some good videos. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll through here pretty quick. Jenny says your channel's pretty awesome. You deserve way more subscribers. People just need to know your channel more. Thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate that. I really do. Nisi's off to figure out dinner stuffs. Well, thank you for being here, Nisi. And if you win, I will get a hold of you and let you know. Man, every time I think I'm caught up with chat, I find out I'm not. Maria says, I'm from New Orleans. Let's talk nanotanks. Hey, we can talk nanotanks. Okay, I'm just gonna burn on down to the bottom here and make sure I'm not missing anything important. Jessica Tam says, how were we supposed to enter the giveaway? By commenting on my crayfish video from a week and a half ago. Oh, Chris one says, yes, Carlos, everyone will pay for a private hangout with Amanda. Gotcha. Finding your channel has made me think about getting turtles, and I've never been interested before. I'll be blaming you for those expenses. I accept no responsibility. The turtles are fully responsible themselves for how awesome they are. Dank Tank says, nerd if you pass me again without saying hi. Hi, Dank Tanks. Sorry, buddy. I didn't realize I passed you up, man. I'm just trying to burn through this so I can get caught up because I'm so far behind on chat. When are the cherry shrimp up on the store? How much is shipping? Hopefully soon. I've just got to find time in an evening to get some pictures and get them up on the website. How much is shipping? I think it'll depend on how many you get. If I have to use a medium flat rate box, it's $15. If less than that, then I want to say it's like 8, maybe. Don't quote me. It's on the website, but I think 8. I could be wrong though. Evan's got some crayfish that he caught from the creek, and they always fight. Yeah, your standard native caught ones, they're gonna fuss in a tank. Maria says storm didn't get us, thank God. Yeah, that's good then. New Orleans has been hit enough when it comes to hurricanes. Mark's Ark Aquarium's in the house. What's going on, Mark? He says good luck to everyone. Flynn says, what video should we comment again? The Mexican crayfish. Yep. Gina says, I'm listening and driving. I hope you were at a stoplight when you typed that. Oh, okay. So Chris was talking about on his live stream. I guess Rob on his live stream said something about having options to hang out with him. Gotcha. I missed all that. Mike Simmons says, if I want to buy one of your shirts, but the size is out of stock, when can I hope to see it back in stock? Oh, that's all through Teespring. I didn't know that sizes could get out of stock on Teespring. So I'm not sure how that would work. Because I've just got a campaign set up through them, so they handle all that stuff. You should read the chat at the right times. Yeah, I should. I'm trying to get to the bottom here real quick. Ooh, I'm almost down there. Okay. Sagun Darshan. If I pronounced that right, I apologize if I didn't. How to breed red cherry shrimp. We can talk about that. Dank Tank says, I hate USPS. I do too, man. Dank's got some plecos and some cherry shrimp on the way from me, and yeah. I mailed them on Saturday. They didn't leave the local post office until yesterday, and I'm not happy about it. Okay, so I apologize. It just now jumped to the bottom. I was pretty close to the bottom, but it just now jumped down to the bottom. So I'm just going to go with that. If there was a question that I needed to address and didn't, I apologize. Type it again. But at this point, we are 20 minutes into the video or so, going on 19 minutes into the video. And it's time to draw the first winner while I'm down at the bottom of chat. And after this, I'll try to stay up to date with chat. So I'm going to switch over here to where you can see my screen. So I cannot see chat while I am here on this screen. So just know that I'm not seeing it. And for the sake of not getting behind in chat again, I'm not going to scroll up once I go back over there. But we are going to choose a comment, and we will see who the third place winner is right now. Maybe. All right. JMT says, just subbed, awesome stuff. So JMT is our first winner. And I do not have a rule that says you have to be present to win. So I'm going to put that here in the description. jamtmill. Third place, jamtmill. Okay, everybody's giving congratulations to the winner. Jenny says, do they get a certain amount of time before you choose a new winner if they don't respond back? That is an excellent question. And you know what? I need to fix this because you guys are getting Inception right now, aren't you? There we go. Okay, so that's an excellent question, Jenny. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? As far as throw comments or throw suggestions in the comments or in the chat. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe give them a week, maybe, just to make sure they've had a chance to actually watch this. Jenny says 48 hours. Everything Betta says 2 days. So we've got 2 votes for 2 days, 2 votes for a week, a vote for 5 days, a vote for a week. Multi-Tank says give them a week. Week is fair. Week. Kang Lee says, I think if they don't answer back, I win by default. AMA says, I think should be present to win. I mean, I don't disagree. It's just a matter of there was a lot more people entered than what are going to be in the stream. Just for one, my channel's not really big enough that YouTube's not going to really promote, hey, the stream's out there. Plus, I didn't actually do the best job of getting the stream scheduled and getting it out there so that they would know to tune in right now. I mean, I gave a relative time frame that I would do it this week. And I may have said I would do it on Tuesday, but I didn't give any times or anything like that. And plus, some people are having to work, that kind of thing. So I think we'll give them a few days. Jenny says actually 5 days would be reasonable since the storm and everything, which is a good point. A good point. So I think here's what I'll do. I'll try to stream again next week on Tuesday as well, is what I'll try to do. And if anybody hasn't responded within or by then, say if it's, yeah, if somebody in particular hasn't responded by next week, I'll draw another winner. How's that? When I stream again next week. And then if that person is first place that didn't respond, I'll bump second place up and draw a new second place. So that way the winner of the gift card will be somebody that responded in the first week. Does that sound good to everybody? Jenny says sounds good. Gina says a week, people may be at work, etc. Animal Art says that's fair. Racing says school's back in, etc. Yeah, and it's the start of the work week. Priscilla says 47 watching. That's awesome. And shout out to Priscilla. It's awesome to have you here. Priscilla's a big deal. If anybody doesn't know about Priscilla MK Art, and if you like artsy stuff, subscribe to her channel. She doesn't have time to do a bunch of videos, but when she puts out a video, it's a good one. She does like some time lapses of her drawings of fish and stuff like that. Super cool. I think we got 51 in here now, guys. I want to say that's a record for the most people in here at a time. That's awesome. Got a bunch of people saying it sounds fair. Rob Hicks says I'm confused now. What about? What are you confused about, Rob? Animal says, so will you say who the next 2 winners are today? Yes, I will draw second place in about 10 minutes. I'm just kind of spacing them out through the stream, so we're not just doing it all at once. Saw a comment I thought that I wanted to respond to, and now I've lost it. Oh, Priscilla says, no, I'm not a big deal. Yes, you are. You are a big deal. Adventures in Aquarium says, I'm okay with whatever decision. I wasn't in the competition. That's a fair attitude, man. King Lee says, well, 20 more people need to hit that like button. I don't know where to look to see how many likes we have. I don't think I can see on this screen that I'm on how many likes we have. Or if I can see it, I'm not looking in the right spot. I can see the watching count, but I can't see the like count. I'm not too worried about it anyway. Evan Rule says, and when is that hornwort for sale? It's going to be a while, man. I've got some tanks I want to fill up with it, so I'm letting it grow out real good. Evan Rule says, can you show us feeding your fish? Unfortunately, I can't because I am tethered down here in the kitchen. Ooh, just jumped down to the bottom of chat. What snails be okay in an Oscar tank? I'm not gonna guarantee any snails are gonna be okay in an Oscar tank. Maybe a really big apple snail, but Oscar's probably still gonna pick at it. I wouldn't put a snail that I want to be happy in an Oscar tank. Bragan says that's going to make it hard for people to see when you pick winners. Maybe put time tags in the description later. Time tags is a good idea. I am putting the winners themselves down in the description. "46 likes. What? 47 likes. That is crazy. 49. Goodness, people, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Look at you guys. Flynn says Japanese trapdoor snail, maybe. Those might, yeah, maybe. Deacon Aaron Kirk in the house. What's going on, Deacon? Glad you're here. Holden Kessler's in the house. What's going on, Holden? Daniel Stewart says you don't want 30 watchers to disappear if you announce all the winners at once. Yeah, I mean, you've got to keep you guys, with some anticipation, like who's going to win next. Keep the suspense up through the stream. I mean, we have a great time anyway, but might as well have some suspense while we have a great time. King Lee says, and that's how we take care of our fish fam. That's right, man. Fish fam, we got each other's backs. Maria says, don't do snails with Oscars. Did it years ago. Didn't work out too good for the snails. Most snails, an Oscar's going to eat them. Most snails. Everything Betta says, pick the next winner. Rick Howard says, I think my dog rolled in something dead, so I need to toss him in the tub ASAP in case I win and don't answer. So disgusting. Ugh. That's why I like fish better. Man, that's always the worst. That's always the worst, man. You gotta hate it when the dog finds something nasty. What is it about dogs that if they find something nasty, they're like, oh, this will make a good perfume? Oh man. Priscilla wants to know, King Lee, did those zebras breed yet? She's waiting. I'm waiting too, man. I need some zebra plecos, man. Gary the Hut says, did I win? Just got here. Not yet, Gary. You haven't won yet. JAMT. See if I can see it again here. I typed it out down here below. Ooh. JAMT Mill won the first round, got third place. So we still have yet to choose the second and first place winners. Holden Kessler said, I ordered some pea puffers that arrive tomorrow. Any tips on keeping them? Tips on keeping them, depending on how many you have, make sure you've got enough space. They can be kind of nippy and jerky. Uh, as cute as they are, they're not necessarily the sweetest fish. I wouldn't put them with anything that's got flowing fins. I made that mistake years ago. I want to say I was still in high school. I brought home a pea puffer and put it in a tank with a betta. That was a bad move. Poor betta was swimming around the tank, zipping back and forth, literally with a pea puffer hanging on to its tail and just riding it like a roller coaster. It was ridiculous. So if I was going to keep pea puffers, I would do a species only tank. Evan Rule says, show us some fish tank stuff while you talk for entertainment purposes. I'm not able to, I'm tethered down, so I can't go to where the tanks are, so I can't show you anything, but we can totally talk fish. We can totally talk fish. And if you guys have any questions or anything specific you do want to talk about uh, in the meantime, in between picking winners, by all means, throw your questions out here. Everything Betta says, Holden Kessler, where'd you get those pea puffers? I want some. HC Aqua says King Lee should have a giveaway for those zebra plecos. I concur. I concur. Priscilla says pea puffers are savage. Good, they are so tiny. Yeah. Because if they were big, they'd be royal bullies, royal jerks. Multi-Tank says Aquarium Cop, you wanted extra small and pink, right? Because we do have extra small in pink available. Just saying. Oh, just jumped to the bottom. I don't think I'm too far behind right now, but it did jump on me. AMA Aquatic says, I think someone should organize a Fish Fam fund to help those Fish Fam members that lost everything due to the storm. That would be really awesome. That would be really cool. Gary the Hut says, make sure you have snails for the pea puffers. They love munching on some snails, especially the little baby ram's horn snails. They like munching on those. But they'll eat bloodworms and live blackworms as well. They like those. Holden says, I'm putting 6 in my 40-gallon species only. Sounds like a good plan to me. Animal R says, what do I feed baby guppies? Baby guppies will pretty much take anything, even just regular flake food. You can just grind it up into a real fine powder. Beyond that, Hikari First Bites are really great for getting them growing. The Aquarium Co-op fry food would be good for them. If you've got Walter worms, micro worms, that kind of thing, those are good. Baby brine shrimp, but you don't need to do baby brine shrimp for baby guppies. Priscilla MK says, what snails do you have for sale? Right now, the ones that I don't have marked out of stock are Malaysian trumpet snails, and that's just because my blue ram's horns, I have those marked as out of stock just because the vast majority of them have those white calcium deposits all over their shell from where I didn't have enough calcium to support them all. And so I'm in the process of getting them all back to having good, strong, healthy shells before I push those for sale. So yeah, I'm kind of only selling the Malaysian trumpet snails in the meantime on those. Sherry Swing says, "Do you know how happy you could make a few pea puffers?" I could make a few pea puffers very happy. I wouldn't mind actually if, and the thing, nobody's got them on Aquabid. I haven't seen them anywhere except I take that back. Wet Spot might have them available, but nobody local to me has Amazon puffers. If I could get a hold of an Amazon puffer, I'd buy it right now, and I may end up having to order from uh, Wet Spot and just get them shipped from the opposite coast. But if that's what I have to do, that's what I'll have to do. But I really want an Amazon puffer. Shelly G says, "I must have got lucky with my pea puffer. She is sweet with her tank mates." You hit the lotto. Hit the lotto. And that happens with fish. Every now and then you just get one that doesn't have a personality that's typical for the species. Priscilla said, "I'm in the middle of reading a comment and it jumps on me." Priscilla says, "You should update your website then because it says out of stock." Which ones? The blue ram's horns or the plecos? I do need to update the plecos because it says the 5 count is out of stock and they're not. But the blue ram's horns, that is on purpose. Daniel Stewart says, "I love AquaPro's pea puffer tank." I do too. I think that's a really cool little nano setup. Evan Rule says, "Can I put knee-right snail eggs in salt water to have them hatch?" I am not sure how that would work. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they actually need like surf and deep water, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how that would work. It might be possible, but I don't know. Racing's got a bunch of tips on peas. They love bloodworms, being frozen, brine shrimp. Evan Rule says, "I'll buy some snails with calcium problems." I just feel bad charging full price. Maybe I'll make an entry. Maybe, no promises. Maybe I'll make an entry for like ram's horn snails with calcium deficiency and charge half price for them or something. Maybe. Susan says, "Carlos, can you make some mods?" Priscilla, what am I thinking? Yes, Priscilla, Rob Hicks, Racings. These people need to be mods. Okay, here's one from Priscilla. Priscilla, add moderator. Flynn's Fish Forum, add moderator. The Wet Spot doesn't have them. I don't know where I'm going to get me an Amazon puffer, but I need to get me an Amazon puffer. Animal R says, "Who else breeds cherry shrimp? Because I'm going to try to breed them." I do. I've got a few hundred of those in a 10-gallon. It's kind of ridiculous, but I attribute the success in that tank to the fact that I have 12 fresh gallons of water being dripped into that tank on my drip system water change every day, and it's a 10-gallon tank, so that's 120% water change every single day. So they've got pristine water no matter how much I feed, essentially. So Chris One says, "Your red bristle nose are cool." Thank you. Thank you. And I'm trying not to get too far behind on chat, which means I'm missing some of these comments. So I do apologize, guys. I try to read all the comments, but at this point I'm missing a bunch of them to keep up. Sergeant Tanks has been breeding Neos for over 12 years. There's you an authority. Sergeant Tank has been he's an expert. I'll just say it that way. There's Rob Hicks says I would love to help. Well, there you go, brother. Kingley says I'll buy those snails. I might just have to just go ahead and put them back in stock and just throw it in the description. Be forewarned, they do have some shell problems. HCA says, how do I go about testing my water hardness if it's okay for chili rasboras? You can get a TDS meter and just use your test strips to check the hardness. Chili rasboras, I don't think it's going to be too critical. And I've never kept them, but from my understanding, they're pretty adaptable. As long as your tank parameters are reasonable for most fish, they should be fine. That's my understanding. But again, I haven't kept them. Don't claim to be an expert. Excuse me. AMA Aquatic says, I'm breeding cherry shrimp. They're breeding like rabbits. They will, man. You get them in the right conditions, they'll go crazy. Evan Rule says, why won't my stupid ghost shrimp and crayfish breed? Ghost shrimp won't breed because they need brackish water to breed. Unless you're using brackish, they can't breed in fresh water. They have everything they need in for crayfish. There are jokes they will breed in buckets. Somebody please help me. Maybe you don't have males and females? I don't know, man. Or it might be that they don't have, I don't know. I was about to say they might not have enough calcium. They may not be happy enough to breed. I don't know, brother. I've never bred crayfish before. I'm going to give it a go on the dwarf crayfish, but I've never bred crayfish before. Rob Hicks says cherry shrimp breeding, just add water and stand back. That's how it's been for me. Triple 10 says draw wintertime. Good point. It is draw a wintertime. It is past due to draw another winter. HC Aqua says, do you cull any of your stuff? Yes, I do. I remove cherry shrimp that aren't colored the way I want and put them in a different tank. And any guppies with bent spines go in the turtle tank. That type of thing. Okay, I apologize for anything I've missed in the chat, but it is time to draw another winner. So let's go to screen share. Random comment picker. Now let's do this again. Time to pick the winner. Second prize is Triple 10 Tanks. Dude, Triple 10. You're the one that reminded me it's time to pick a winner, and here you are winning. I think you rigged it. I think you knew it was going to be you. Second prize is Triple 10 Tanks. That's awesome. Triple 10's a big supporter of the channel. Really appreciate it, Triple 10. All the support. Glad you won, man. I'm glad you won. Everybody throw some congratulations to Triple 10 Tanks in the chat there. We'll give it 10 or 15 more minutes before we draw the first prize. So Triple 10, just shoot me an email at thefishnerd21@gmail.com. I'll throw that here in the chat. Fishnerd21@gmail.com. Evan Rule says, "Are you serious? After all that, I find out I need brackish water." Pretty much. Hey, but you've got the same backstory now that Rob from Flip Aquatics has. That's how he got into breeding shrimp. Was he was going to breed ghost shrimp for a buddy, and he tried and tried, and before he finally found out he couldn't even do it because he didn't have brackish water, and so he's like, okay, well, I'll try these cherry shrimp, and that's how Rob from Flip Aquatics got his start. So you might be the next Flip Aquatics, man. Everybody's throwing congratulations to Triple 10. That's awesome. Congrats, Triple. All right, so Sergeant Tank's throwing out some tips on the crayfish breeding. He's got experience on that, so check that out. Holden Kessler says, "Guess this means I'm going to win first place." Whoever wins first, man. Whoever wins first is getting first, or whoever wins next is what I meant to say. Whoever wins next is first place. Priscilla MKR says, "What did the winners win?" Third and second place winners get the Fish Nerd t-shirt in the size and color of their choice, whether the lady size t-shirt or the regular t-shirt. And the first prize gets a t-shirt as well as a $20 Aquarium Co-op gift card. So whoever wins next is really getting a score, because who doesn't love an Aquarium Co-op gift card? I love an Aquarium Co-op gift card because I'm going to buy stuff from Aquarium Co-op with or without a gift card. So if I got a gift card, double bonus. Sergeant Tank says there's other methods to trigger them to breed. Won't share on here. It's unorthodox. You've really got my interest piqued. Wichita Falls Fish Keeper says, "I'm ready to spend $20 at Aquarium Co-op." Right on. Susan says, "Priscilla MK, yes, and he doesn't measure. He does the guy thing and guesses." Are we talking about me or are we talking about somebody else? Oh, no, you're talking about Lucas and his eggshells. Gotcha. See, I missed a bunch of chat. I'm sorry, guys, if I missed any questions or anything I needed to address in the chat. I'm just back down here at the bottom. I don't want to scroll all the way up and get way behind again. Sergeant Take says, "Can't share all the secrets." That is fair, man. That is fair. You gotta have some tools in your toolbox to keep an edge, bro. Priscilla MK Art says, "I wonder if there's some way to measure the calcium in the water." It seems like there is. I want to say I've seen videos where Ted Judy does it, but I don't remember how he did it. But I'm sure he was doing stuff with a TDS meter and test strips and stuff. I just don't know how he was actually determining how much was calcium. And maybe he was just talking about you don't necessarily know how much is calcium, but he's got a video on it out there. It's probably an old video, but there's something out there. Racing says, "Jeremy, you can't just throw something like that out there and not spill the beans. Unless he just absolutely wants to drive us crazy." Priscilla okay, says, "Yep, Carlos, you missed all my comments and they were important, but never mind, I forgot." I'm sorry, Priscilla. I know you're joking, but I'm sorry. Sergeant said, "Let's just say if I did a video on it." You're saying you might. That's either saying you might get some flack or everybody else would start doing it, one or the other. Either that or you are doing a video on it and you don't want to give it away because you want us to watch your video. All three valid reasons. I think you're getting at that some people might give you some flack. But no hate from me, bro. I'm all for unorthodox methods. Saltwater test kits for calcium, I think Mark Zark says. So there you go. There's an API calcium tester. I did not know that. Thank you, Racings. What's a RO system that Mario mentioned above? Jessica Tam, an RO system, excuse me, it's essentially a pre-filter. It goes like you hook it up to your water line basically. The water goes through the filter. It's reverse osmosis. It essentially takes everything out of the water. I don't know what sound my computer's making right now. But I unplugged and it stopped making it. I plugged back in and it's still not making it. Okay, but essentially it takes everything almost out of the water to where it gets you down basically into single digit TDS. Overly simplified explanation. Daniel Stewart says throw snails in the tank if they start looking like the fish nerds and there's not enough calcium. Very true. Very true. Sergeant Tank says I'll share it yesterday. Too late. Sorry, y'all. I'm not caught up on my Sergeant Tank video watching. And I know there was something either yesterday or the day before that came out that I have not watched yet. Are you getting at that we should have watched that? Or are you saying you're not going to tell us? I think you're saying you're not going to tell us. Video output low. What? Video is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. If it's laggy, guys, let me know. I apologize. I don't know what the deal is. I've got a strong Wi-Fi signal, according to my computer. So it says, what is it? 1 pound crushed coral per 10 gallon to get a decent hardness, but crushed coral doesn't add calcium or doesn't? I thought it did. Yeah, Sergeant Tank says, yes, it is calcium, just like Texas Holy Rock is a calcium stone. Yeah, because basically all that crushed coral is calcium, basically. Evan says, why won't my giant goldfish eat bluegill fry? Do you want it to? I'm confused. Susan says, Carl said flew over. It did. It was just like, whoop. You all probably saw it go, whoop, and then just came right back. Priscilla says, but do shrimp and snail eat crushed coral? I am interested in the answer to that question myself. I know my turtles actually eat the crushed coral for calcium, but I don't know if shrimp actually eat it or if they just get what leaches out of it into the water. So I am interested in that. Flynn's got to go for dinner. All right, Flynn, have a good one, man. And if you win, it'll be in the description below. Let's see, calcium carbonate. Animal R says, who else has an African dwarf frog? I used to. I don't have any right now, but I used to have some. Fish keeping methods for breeding various vid. I'm confused. Daniel Stewart says, I think Corey at Aquarium Co-op uses wonder shells to add calcium to his water. I'm not sure. I do know he uses a lot of crushed coral for the water. I don't know about wonder shells. Priscilla says I'm trying to figure out snail and shrimp magic. Answer Sergeant Tank. Exactly. The answers to your snail and shrimp and most other aquarium related questions is just ask Sergeant Tank. The dude's been doing it forever and he's an expert. Mike Simmons says my black rose snack on the crushed coral. You can see debris float away as they nibble. Racing says now accepting the prize for Flynn is SLC Aquatics. Dank Tank says add some calcium powder to some Repashy. Slow down, chat. To some Repashy in addition to the better water to help your snails recover quicker. That's a really good idea. I've been planning on doing the eggshell stuff too, and maybe I don't know if this will work, but maybe grind some eggshell in the powder and add that to some Repashy too. I was considering trying that kind of a thing. Rob Hicks says I use crushed eggshell. Seems to work for me and cheap. Yeah, Lucas did a video on that a while back. Jerome says my phone. I'm sorry, Jerome, but I'm not gonna try to pronounce your last name. I'll just butcher it and I'll look like an idiot. My phone died earlier, so can you please restate how the moving, crawling, self-cleaning substrate that spreads itself out is doing? The snails are doing good. The Malaysian trumpet snails are doing good, man. That's hilarious. Animal Art says, do I need to use plant food if I have plants? It depends on what all else is going on and what you're trying to accomplish and what plants you're using. Some plants are fine just with the amount of fish waste that goes in the water, especially if, you got like an Anubias that you're just kind of keeping there. Some are going to do just fine with the amount of debris that falls into the gravel if they're a root feeder. Others are going to need root tabs in order to stay healthy, and depending on how fast you want them to grow. And I guess long story short is just it depends, but it can't hurt unless you use too much. Sergeant Tank says, Priscilla, the love is back in the air. Oh, because she's going to spam and troll. Sergeant Tank, Priscilla says she is. That's awesome. AMA Aquatic says Corey of Aquarium Cop does use wonder shells. Okay, awesome. Susan points out that Corey and residents in that area have really soft water, and that's why they add lots of crushed coral. That is true. They do have really soft water in that area. My water out of the tap is about a 7.1. I want to say, actually, I'm not going to try to say, but it's relatively hard. I mean, it's not rock hard. You don't have to chew it, but it's relatively hard water. I'm not going to try to throw out numbers because I honestly forget the ppms and all that. Shelly G says, where do you acquire calcium powder? Is there a home remedy that can be used in the Repashy? Calcium powder, I'm pretty sure you can buy on Amazon, or you can just use crushed eggshell. Dank Tank says, I have tons of reptile calcium. Only reason I said that. Gotcha. Adventures in Aquarium says, working on building a sump for my 15-gallon. Is it overkill? Yes. I'll have to agree with you. I've never seen a sump on a 15-gallon, man. Is the 15 going to be the tank that stays with the sump? No, but I'm having fun. This is what matters. That is what matters, man. Having fun with it and just doing what you enjoy in the hobby, man. Just have fun. That's the whole point. And in that vein, I think I'm going to be reevaluating and making some changes in some things that I'm doing out in the fish room. Initially, putting the fish room together kind of my main goal and my main aim was breeding for profit. You know, I was going to work with guppies, work with the snails, eventually get into shrimp, which I'm doing now, and the bristlenose plecos and everything, and just all the tanks out there would be dedicated to either breeding or growing out fry so that I can sell them either to my fish store or online. And I was going to, you know, make a small business of breeding fish for profit. And the more I've done breeding for profit, I've taken fish to the fish store a few times. I've done a little bit of shipping fish. The more I've decided that I've done it, I've shown myself that I can do it, and I think I'm kind of over it. So, not saying that I won't sell any more fish, but as far as actively pursuing breeding for profit and trying to make the most out of it and, you know, maximize yields and everything like that, and growing out as much fry and selling as many fish as I can and stuff like that. Eh, I kind of just want to get back into enjoying the fish themselves. And focusing on breeding for profit means I have to focus on fish that are well fitted for breeding for profit rather than focusing on the fish that I more so am interested in and want to keep. And so I think I'm going to kind of redo some things and move more in a direction of more display setups and set up some communities and maybe some species only tanks of just, you know, this is a species that I've never kept before. I want to keep it. So I'm going to set up a tank and dedicate it to this fish for a while and work with this fish and have fun with it that way. And I feel like I can do more for you guys that way too. Because if I'm breeding, if all I'm doing is breeding for profit, all I'm ever going to be able to show you guys is bristlenose plecos, guppies, and shrimp. And I want to show you guys more than that. So I think I'm going to take it more direction of keeping fish that I enjoy and that I like watching, and maybe some of those will breed, and maybe some of those will be, you know, egg layers that'll have a spawn in the tank, and I don't have a grow out setup, so I just leave the fry in there, and maybe the fry, a few fry make it, maybe most of them end up just being free live food for the other inhabitants in the tank. I don't know. I mean, that's what happens in my 55 gallon every time the angelfish have a spawn. It always just ends up being, you know, live food for all the tetras, you know, and but I really enjoy seeing them spawn and seeing them raise the eggs and stuff like that. And that's a display tank that I love just sitting and looking at. And I want more tanks like that are just pretty tanks that have interesting fish that I like and that I enjoy, and that I can just kind of show off a little bit that, you know, this is a tank that I like. And when friends come over, take them out and show them, hey, check out this really cool tank, you know, rather than having to try to maximize, you know, all the guppies that I can grow out and make sure that I'm culling for the right colors that I want to have in the guppies, because I kind of got burnt on that, trying to select for, you know, specific colors in my guppies and stuff like that. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, have the guppies that I have, you know, let them live in a community tank, and just start focusing more on having fun and setting up tanks that I like, that I enjoy, and that interest me more so than setting up tanks that are going to be the most profitable. Because I think I'm kind of just, I've done the breeding for profit thing now. I did fairly well at it for a year, and I think I'm ready to just kind of move on from that. And, you know, still breed some fish, but breed a fish because I'm really interested in that fish, not necessarily because I think I can get a profit out of this fish. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And sorry for the tangent, the little rant like right there. And I'm sorry, I got way behind on the chat going through that. I'm just going to scroll through, see if there's particular questions that I missed. Have you considered putting assassin snails in your Malaysian trumpet snail tank? I have considered that. I'm going to try just picking out as many as I can at first, just because I do have some cherry shrimp going in there right now. But with that many snails, I doubt my cherry shrimp would really suffer from having some assassin snails in there. I've just kind of held off on doing it. Gary says, are you sure that ghost shrimp need brackish water? I have a video of the shows in one of my freshwater tanks. I have a holding female. Yes, so they will breed, and as far as they will mate, and the females will hold eggs, but the eggs don't properly hatch with surviving shrimplets in freshwater, from what I understand. Dank Tank says, Fishner, what kind of filtration do you do? In my fish room, it's all sponge filters out there. I have a canister filter on my 55 in the living room, but everything in the fish room is running on sponge filters, with the exception of the turtle pond, which is on a trickle sump. AC Aqua says, time to pick a winner. I figured it worked for Triple 10. Hey, maybe it works for you. Let me scroll right back down here to the bottom of the chat here real quick. Dang Tank says, run for turtles. Oh, so you were wondering what filtration I use for the turtles. That is a trickle sump DIY special that, yeah, I've got a video out on that, how I put together that sump filter. Walmart has calcium powder. Deacon Aaron Kirk says, today's my grandson's first birthday, so I think I should get first. Well, Deacon, you tell him I said happy birthday. Congratulations on that, man. That is awesome. Happy birthday to the little guy. I hope you win, man. I say that to everybody, but I've got so many people on here who are in my list of favorite people on YouTube. Like, there's so many people that are in the chat right now that I would just be so excited if you won. Priscilla MK Art says the fish room tour from Flip Aquatics was the bomb.com. Thanks, Priscilla. I had a blast doing that. That's the first time anybody's done a tour of my fish room other than myself. So that was really cool, getting somebody else's perspective on my fish room. And I told them when they showed up, I'm sorry if it's disappointing because it's so small still. I mean, I've only got 10 tanks out there compared to some of the other fish rooms you see where people got 30, 50, 100, or in Lucas's case, 150 tanks in their fish room, and mine's still just a baby. But I mean, I feel like he did a good video with what he had to work with, and it's the video's done really well. Like, there's over like 21,000 views so far earlier today, something like that, which is awesome. And I've had like tons of people showing up in comments and things saying, "Hey, I found you because of the fish room tour that Flip Aquatics did," which is just so cool. And really appreciate Rob doing the fish room tour. Oh no! Adventures in Aquarium says my daughter just came to me crying because she dropped her goldfish in the toilet. Thankfully, this goldfish was farm raised. It featured. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's that's one of those like moments. Oh man. Dang Tank says don't breed for profit, breed for fish. That's the way I'm leaning towards, man. I've kind of, I mean, I had a lot of fun breeding for profit, and it was a really cool experience, having the learning experience of what works well, what doesn't work well, how to maximize it and stuff like that. It was a really fun experience. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. I'm just at a place where I feel like I'm ready to move on from that and just breed for the love of the fish rather than trying to maximize for profit and only pick species that are going to be good for breeding for profit. And if something's going to be challenging to breed, but I'm interested in breeding it, who cares if it's not going to be a good breeding for profit fish? I want to do it. That's kind of what I want to get at. Holden says, how do you drop a fish in the toilet? That's an excellent question. Oh man. Priscilla says, sounds like a passionate fish keeper, the right way to go. Well, thank you. I appreciate the validation. I don't want to sound like it's like a selfish thing to do. Like I want to start doing things my way, but I mean, I just want to make sure that I'm enjoying it. And I feel like I can I feel like I can be more enthusiastic showing you guys stuff if it's more of if all I have to show is, hey, my guppies are breeding again, guys, then I feel like I'm gonna lose excitement over that, showing that kind of thing in videos all the time really quick. Whereas if it's gonna be something like this coming Friday's video, because literally right before I started this stream, I unbagged some fish that I just brought home from Top Shelf Aquatics. And it's a fish I've never kept before. And I'm totally stoked about this Friday's video to show you guys what I got. So that's the kind of stuff I want to do. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have the means or the space or the ability to do on the scale of what the King of DIY is doing right now. And that's not what I'm shooting for. That's not what I'm talking about anyway. But I just want to get back to building out my fish room and setting up tanks the way I think they look awesome. That'll be cool for the fish that I'm getting, you know, and just having fun with it and quit worrying about selling fish. In fact, there may not be very much, if anything, on the fishnerdstore.com because, like I said, the whole idea that I originally had of setting up like a small business and being a fish breeder and selling a bunch of fish, I'm moving on from that. I have no desire to ship fish on a large scale. I have no desire to sell fish on a large scale. Any fish sales in the future are pretty much going to be like incidental for the hobby. And I just want to treat it as a hobby. I don't want to treat it as a business. I thought I did originally. I thought I wanted to treat it as a business. I don't want to treat it as a business. I want to treat it as a hobby and I want it to be fun. Um, Maria says, Corey Aquarium Co-op says it's difficult. Enjoy the hobby first. And it is difficult. I have found out that it is doable, but I have found out that it is restricting enough that it's not what I want to do. Oh man, I am like 30 minutes behind. It just now jumped to the bottom, so I apologize. I got so far behind in the chat that I will credit that to my rant about the about what I want to change up. And I hadn't even planned on saying all that in this stream. I planned on saying that in Friday's video, but I apologize for getting so far behind in the chat, and I apologize for being so far behind in getting to the first place winner. It is time to do that. If there was other stuff in the chat in the 30 minutes of chat that I missed, I apologize. Throw it in the chat again after we pick a winner, and I will get back to it. We'll continue conversations, and I will leave my rant behind me. But for now, it is time to pick the last winner. See, don't get me on a tangent because I can talk forever. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go to screen share. All right, back to Chrome. Here we go. Triple 10 was the last winner. Here we go again. Load comments. Drum roll, please. The winner is Mark's Ark Aquariums. Everybody give Mark a big round of applause. Mark's Ark Aquariums, much deserved. Super cool guy, always in the chats of like basically everybody's live stream. Super active fish fam member. That is awesome. Congratulations, Mark's Ark Aquariums. That's awesome. And he was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here or not. Mark, if you're still here, show up in the chat, my brother. Everybody's throwing congrats out to Mark. So Mark gets the Fish Nerd t-shirt and his choice of color and size, as well as a $20 Aquarium Co-op e-gift card. So Mark, just shoot me an email and I will get that all set up. And all I have to do is I'll just go to Aquarium Co-op's website and I will buy an e-gift card and I will put your email in as the email to send it to. So you will get that way. It's Mark, but not this Mark. Oh, there he is. Mark's in the chat. Mark's Arc Aquariums. Thanks so much, Carlos. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate all the support, man. And that goes for everybody here. I appreciate all your guys' support. You guys, I say it all the time, and I say all the time that I say it all the time, but you guys are awesome. And that's why I was so excited to do this giveaway, is just because I really do appreciate the all the support, all the feedback. You guys are what make this channel what it is. It's because of you guys. You guys are the ones that keep me going. So let me throw Mark's Arc Aquariums here in the description so everybody knows that Mark is our first place winner. What? Holy cow! Wichita Falls Fish Keeper with the very first Snapchat I've ever gotten. Holy cow, Michael, you are the man. You're the man, Michael. Says we appreciate your content and bringing us along your fish keeping journey. Thanks, bro, and good night. Wichita Falls Fish Keeper, Michael, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. You're the man. You're the man. That's awesome. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. HC Aqua says that was pretty cool. Thanks for putting it on. You're welcome, HC Aqua. Really appreciate you guys being here, hanging out in the chat and just having a good time, putting up with me getting so far behind in the chat. I feel like I have to respond to everything, and then I just get so far behind. What? Come on! Jenny Lee with the second super chat. Jenny, thank you so much. That is awesome. Congrats to everyone that won. Very fun stream. Keep up the great work. Much love to the Fish fam. Jenny, you're awesome. Thank you so much. She says, no, I typed too slow. She would have been first, but she typed too slow. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Wichita Falls Fish Keeper and Jenny Lee will go down in history as my first two super chats. That's so cool. That's so cool. See, I told you guys that you guys are awesome. I told you. Shelly G says, thanks for the stream and the contest. No problem. And like I was saying, it's because of how awesome you guys. It's because of how awesome you guys are. Before I got interrupted by how awesome you guys are, is the reason I was so excited to do the giveaway. Is just because I just appreciate you guys so much and all the support. It's just super fun to be able to do something like this that's fun for everybody. And, some people walk away with some t-shirts. Holy cow, Priscilla MK Art with a $10 super chat. Priscilla, come on. She says, congrats, Carlos. You're the man. Priscilla, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't know what to do with all this with all this love that's going on right now. I appreciate it. You guys. Thank you, Priscilla. I really do appreciate that. Rob Hicks Aquarium says, glad to have you in the Fish fam. Carlos, you rock, guy. Rob Hicks, you're the man. I'm glad you're in the Fish fam. I'm glad I'm in the Fish fam. It's awesome. The Fish fam is awesome, and I'm super happy to be a part of it. And yeah, it's super cool. Ronnie Cole says, "Wow, super chats are just going crazy. First $10 one there. Yep, it's crazy. It's nuts." Susan says, bye, Jenny, night, Carlos, and God bless. Have a good night, Susan. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. And if you guys don't know about Susan for SLC Aquatics, one, you ought to. Two, go check her out. She's about the sweetest person in all the fish fam. So, and she does live streams every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, I believe, if I've got my times right. Holden says, nice stream. I'm out for the night. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Too bad I'm 15, so I can't do super chat. Gonna go catch some Z's. Hey, man, you don't have to super chat around here. I mean, I appreciate it, but I'm just glad that you're here, Holden. I'm just glad that you're here, buddy. But you have a good night. Rest up. Do good in school, man. I'm sure you got school in the morning. Evan Rule says, let's see who can donate the biggest super chat. I'm not going to propose that. I'm not going to I'm not going to push for that. Oh, man. You guys are awesome. Sergeant Tank says, much love, you all. Congrats again, bro. Keep it up. Thanks a lot, Jeremy. Appreciate you hanging out with us here tonight and answering all the crayfish questions and being our resident expert here tonight. Gina Tucker says, good night. It was fun. Thanks a lot, Gina. It was really good to have you here. Flynn's Fish Forum is back in the house. He had to go eat, but he is back. I'm sorry, Flynn, you didn't win, bro, but glad you're here, buddy. Susie Q. O'Connor says, I just subbed Susan. That's awesome. Appreciate people checking out Susan's channel. Priscilla says, I double that super chat next time. Oh, come on. Come on. You're making me blush over here. Look, I'm smiling so hard my cheeks are getting sore, guys. You guys are awesome. Oh no, the turtle girl says I just missed it. Was at a scout meeting. Oh man. Priscilla says I super chat till he sends me calcium snails. I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you. Racing says, night all, congrats to you and all the winners. Time for Ink Masters. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Racings. Kevin Cooper says, how can I get a good sized portion of guppy grass or Java moss? I would check Aquabid. That's where I've gotten them before in the past, or at least the guppy grass. Luckily, my LFS has Java moss. Turtle Girl says, who were the winners? They were jamtmill was third place. Second place was Triple 10 Tanks. And first place was Mark's Ark Aquariums. Flynn's Fish Forum says, gotta go. Thank you so much for a fun stream. Bye, Fish Fam. You're awesome, Carlos. You're awesome, Flynn. Glad you were here hanging out with us tonight, man. Have a good night, buddy. Adam C says, thumbs up. Your content is always very informative and entertaining. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I hope everybody else has had as much fun as I have in this stream. I've just really had a great time here tonight. We've been going like an hour and a half at this point, but just really had a good time. I'm gonna have to wrap it up because it's getting late and I've had you guys on here forever. But really appreciate all the love, guys, all the support. You guys are totally awesome. Thanks for everything. Priscilla's got to go get her kids in the bath. She says thank you again and congrats again. Thank you, Priscilla. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat and for hanging out with us. I've had a blast. Kevin Cooper's in Ohio. What? So am I, man. I'm down in the Cincinnati area. But again, thank you guys, all of you, so much. I'm going to have to sign off. It's 9:45 where I'm at. But thank you all again so much. Congratulations to the winners. And as always, God bless you, fish nerds. We'll see you next time.